Hello, everybody, and welcome to my podcast. I'm going to be doing something a little bit different today. It's going to be a really short episode. I have been doing a little mini series talking about menstruation, phases in your cycle. I really briefly, in one of my episodes, touched on period poverty. And I thought I can't really do this whole mini series without just touching on this because it is important. And I think we need to be aware of it. So I'm basically just going to tell you really quickly what period poverty is, and how you can help, and just encouraging people to have a little bit of empathy into it all. Yeah. So this is going to be super quick, just basically talking about what I think needs to be addressed. And when you're ready, I guess I will see you on the other side. Hi, my name is Meg, and you are listening to the Wellness Musings with Meg podcast. I am a fully qualified beautician and yoga teacher who has studied and worked in health and wellness since 2017. I have been obsessed with wellness my entire life and have always wanted to share my passions more. If you love health, wellness, and yoga and want to learn more, this podcast is for you. I will be bringing you all things wellness, from diet and lifestyle to beauty tips and tricks, and of course, yoga as well. So grab yourself a green tea and find a tranquil spot, and let's jump in. So, what is period poverty? Period poverty, unfortunately, whether you live in a richer country or a poorer country, it's global. Every country has period poverty. Obviously, some countries it's worse than others. Period poverty is when menstruating women do not have access to pads, to tampons, and basic sanitary needs for when they're on their time in the month. And it is it's horrible to think, really. And this is why I wanted to address it, because if you're someone who menstruates and you're listening to this, we've all been in that situation where you all of a sudden start your period and you have no tampon and no pad. And even if it's like 10 minutes where you kind of have to go and find a loo, or you're driving maybe, or in the middle of nowhere on a walk, and it starts. And yes, I mean, it's very easy to say to be prepared, but there is always going to be times someone's going to in your life where you haven't prepared for it. It's so easy for people to just say like, oh well, you should have thought of it, or you should have put a pad in anyway just in case. Well, we're all only human, and when your brain's not really working because you're in your luteal phase anyway, chances are you are going to forget something. Sometimes you forget to even do things like brush your own hair. So if I forget to put a pad in my knickers, that's normal. I'm a human being. Anyway, we've all been in that situation where your period starts, and whether you're, an hour or so without having a pad or a tampon in, or whether it's only a couple of minutes, it's horrible. It's horrible to have that feeling, to have, you know, wet knickers in some cases. It's not nice. And you're worried about that leakage, you're worried about people being able to see. Now, imagine that for your entire period. Imagine it. Imagine not having any pads or tampons throughout your whole time of the month. And you're just having to use like rags or whatever you can kind of find to pull yourself together. That is horrible. And it must be really frustrating, and just like you wouldn't be able to go out the house. It's yeah. So this is why I want to talk about period poverty, because I think if I'm going to be addressing different phases of the cycle and things like that, I think it's important to recognize your privilege. If you're someone like me who lives in a country where they have access to period products and all of that, I think, and a loo that's accessible, an easy accessible loo, toilet roll, a flushing toilet, like, we are blessed. You are so lucky if that's what you have, because some people don't, and it's like bare minimum, really. So I wanted to talk about maybe what you can do to help. And there are a few different charities that you can donate money to that are going to help with women across the world who are looking or need sanitary protection. So Action Aid, I've seen Action Aid come up on whenever I'm use the loos in an airport. I always see Action Aid come up. There's also World Vision UK. It's worth looking into. It's worth looking into different types of charities. Freedom for Girls UK as well. You'll read different stories. You'll see how it puts your life into perspective when you realize how lucky you are to have these hygienic products and these hygienic toilets and the privacy to be able to sort yourself out if you need to. If you need to take a step away and take yourself to the toilet, which we all take for granted. Like, you would, as an English person, if I went somewhere and there was no toilet and I needed to change my pad or my tampon and there was no flushing toilet and I had to do it in a hole and there was no pads and no tampons to replace it, like, that is, you, as an English woman, if I came across someone that said that that's what I had to do in this country, I'd be like, no, that's a violation against my rights. But that's some people's everyday. So I wanted to talk about that. Just wanted to drop that in, little tiny little episode, just to get you to recognize how blessed and how lucky you are, and how privileged we are to have that. And also, if you are someone who's menstruating, how lucky you are to be menstruating, because there are some women who would do anything to menstruate and to be able to have children and maybe can't, and that's another way to look at this as well. So just recognizing and being grateful. If you're on your time of the month and you feel rubbish, you're in bed, you don't want to get out of bed, you've got cramps, just take a moment to think of that woman who would do anything to have a child but had to have a hysterectomy, or has never been fertile or never had regular periods, or suffers with PCOS or something like that, like, or just, or cervical cancer or ovarian cancer. Like, just take a second to be grateful for what you have, because even if you're going through crap, even if you're going through it, just be grateful for it. Each cramp, just remember that it's part of who you are, and it's a sign that you're healthy and a sign that your body is actually working. And yes, it's an inconvenience, but there is going to be someone out there that would do anything to have the toilet that flushes and the sanitary products that you have, and there'd be women and people out there that would do anything to have the period that you have now so that they could potentially have children. So yeah, I just wanted to say that before I end this little mini series, because I think it's very important. When I recorded this podcast episode, I didn't have the give thanks button on my channel, and as of yesterday, I now do, and I'd like to bring some good to the world through this channel. So I've decided, in light of this podcast episode, that I will be donating to the Period Poverty Gift Wellness Foundation. This is a charity that are hoping to eradicate period poverty in the UK by 2025, and they're also distributing pads worldwide, including Syria and Ukraine. If you'd like to donate to this charity, you can either go to their website and donate there, or you can leave a super thanks comment on this video. If you would like to donate through my channel, press the comment button below this video and comment period poverty, sending the super thanks with it with the amount you would like me to donate. This is only valid until the 15th of November 2024, and on the 15th of November I will bring out a video saying how much money has been raised through my channel, so how many super thanks have been sent with the comment period poverty, and all the money that has been sent as a super thanks with the comment period poverty will go straight to the period poverty charity. Even if it is only £1 that you can donate, it will go to such a lovely cause. Let's do some good for the world together. Yeah, I've enjoyed doing this little series actually. If there's any questions you guys have or anything that you'd like to talk about, let me know. I'm thinking of creating a book with all of this in, so we will see. I'm currently waiting to see if a book will be approved by Amazon anyway, which is about something completely different. But if that one goes through, then maybe this will be the next one I make. But yeah, thank you so much for listening. Thank you for listening to this little podcast. and I look forward to speaking with you guys again soon. Thanks. Bye.